privileged to introduce our very first speaker, Dr. Suresh Reddy, a former colleague of mine and a good friend for many years. So Dr. Suresh Reddy is a distinguished neurointerventional radiologist based in the Chicago area. He received his advanced training at the prestigious teaching hospitals of Harvard Medical School and served on the Harvard Medical School faculty for over a decade before relocating to Chicago. Dr. Reddy received he served as the 36th president of the AAPI, the largest ethnical medical organization, as we all know. And he also held the role of 40th president of the Indian American Medical Association, Illinois chapter, where he championed physician advocacy and community outreach. Currently, he serves as a trustee of the village of Oak Brook, actively participating in numerous civic and philanthropic initiatives. Dr. Reddy is supported by his wife, Dr. Leela Reddy, a highly accomplished healthcare executive, and their son, Rohan Reddy, who is a successful corporate attorney. Dr. Reddy, welcome.
Thank you, Bharti. Yes. Bharti stand. First of all, I have some thank yous. Thank you, Dr. Goyal, for including me in the talk. And thank you, Suresh Bodiwala. Yeah, please stand up. He's a #1 photographer from Chicago area. Please give me a round of applause. And Bharti is a very good friend of mine. And we were colleagues in Boston on the Harvard faculty, and she continued to stay on. She's a world-renowned author on several topics, especially the intimate partner violence, and she has done like hundreds and hundreds of papers. And it's an honor to be with you again, see you, and she's an extremely very good friend. Thank you, Bharti. And I don't know how this happens, but in the last 12 months, it's a tough act to follow. Where is Satish? Yeah, please stand up. Satish is one of the wonderful presidents, the most difficult year he has to navigate. Please give him a round of applause. And he's educator by the day, entertainer by the evening. And all the 3 times we had given lectures together the last 1 year, I had to follow him. I don't know why. It's a tough act to follow him. He has a melodious voice, just told by Prashant. Where is Prashant? The music person. So he's a wonderful person, and I try to match him. But so today I saw the CME schedule, and I say, okay, at least this time Satish is not there before me. But he squeezes in somehow for the product theater. Sorry. Okay, let's get to the thing. So I borrowed from like multiple references. I'm trained in RSNA, trained with Stanford and Harvard AU, AI in healthcare. AI, this term has been turned a while ago. Any disclosures? None. References, Chat, Perplexity, DeepSeek, AskSeek, AI Chat, Gemini, and several others. Research. If you copy from one source, it's called plagiarism. If you copy from few sources, it's called references. If you copy from several sources, it's called research.
That's true. That's funny.
And AI, any technology, the same thing when computers came in 90s. Everybody were worried about the ethical issues, because ethics is what the society puts standards on, and every new technology usually bypasses ethics. So we have to put it back. It's like a cat out of the box, you have to put the cat back in the box. Is it magic? A lot of people think it's magic because you ask a question, it gives an answer. Like sometimes it's like amazing answers. Even like one time when I first started using it, I wrote, okay, what do you know about Suresh Reddy? It just came up with like 10 pages of information about me, and half of the information I didn't even know that I ever did. It's like, I was shocked, oh my God. And it's not magic, it's black magic. So be very careful how we use it, how we interpret it, and you have no idea where the entire process works. Then in 2020, initially it started as video games, how to beat the system, how to play the computers. Like it was a video game, it's a gaming software. And slowly the gaming software, it developed on its own, evolved on its own. In 2016, AlphaGo, an AI program developed by DeepMind, acquired by Google, defeats world champion and strategic games. So it was a gaming software until recently. And some more history. In 1981, Hubel and Wiesel, they received a Nobel Prize to working on the cortex of brain. As you know, the brain cortex has 6 layers of processing. Some more history. If you look in 1976, a 34.5 kilohertz processor was $250,000. Now, for $1,000, you can get like gigahertz. It's important because I'll be explaining you more why it's important. And if you look in 1956, a 5 MB hard drive was $3,000 per month lease. It's not even buying. Now, for $99, you can get a 4 terabyte. Some more history. In 1943, that's when the artificial intelligence term was employed. Then 1980, machine learning, and the most advanced is the deep learning. Everybody, if you don't know anything about AI, you say deep learning, you are 50% of the time correct. In 2001, Steven Spielberg produced this movie, Artificial Intelligence. He is known to produce the ahead of the times, like Jurassic Park and stuff. After people seeing Jurassic Park, then people realize, yes, this can be done. It's the same thing with AI. He produced this movie in 2001. Recently, they had a large-scale competition in China. 15 top radiologists from China had a competition on brain tumors and brain hematomas. That was the most advanced, like radiology, like neuroradiology is the most advanced subspecialty. It's the first established specialty. Then brain tumors and brain hematomas constitute like 80 to 90% of neuroradiology. So in the competition on brain tumors, the BioMind hit more than 80% success rate in half the time, 15 minutes, whereas the human team managed only 60% of the accuracy in 30 minutes. So double the time, half the accuracy. It's the same thing with the brain hematomas. And I see some reports by artificial intelligence and we use, and it's amazing. Actually, it's better than many of the radiologists. They produce amazing reports. So some more physics. If you have to remember one slide, this is a slide to remember. Artificial intelligence, that's how it started. Then machine learning, then neural network, this is the deep learning. So as you go deeper and deeper, and the main difference is the number of layers. The more layers you add, the more processing happens. In the brain, there are only 6 layers. But in here, you can keep on adding layers and you can add up to 1,000 or even more. So in 1950, it's to 80s, it was just a computer, you input the information, you tell what to do and it comes out report. In 1980s to 10, then you put the information, you put in the information and there is a machine, it learns stuff and it produces reports, and some could be real and some could be scary. Now, the more and more networks you add, so these are the layers. So in the brain, there are only 6 layers, but in AI, you can add on multiple layers and you don't know what you're getting. So as we know, go back to some anatomy. 3 types of neurons, like the neuron, sensory, and motor interneurons. So there are sensory neurons, motor neurons, and interneurons. Interneurons are the connecting neurons. So if you know in anatomy, if you look, it's like 6 layers in the brain cortex. The brain cortex is the most functioning aspect of the brain. That's where most of the processing happens. So now in the artificial neural network, so there are three layers: input, hidden, and output layer. So the hidden layer is where most of the processing happens. And learning, initially you have to teach the system how to work. That's called supervised learning. It's like teaching a car for your kid. Then unsupervised learning, then reinforced learning. That means it learns from its mistakes and it keeps on learning and keeps on learning until it outsmarts you. And because I'm a radiologist, I'll be focusing more on radiology. If you look on there, this is a chest X-ray, this is how I read. I look at the clavicles, I look at the ribs, lung parenchyma, hyla, heart, diaphragm. The way a computer reads it, it assigns a number to each structure. So this is where the computer reads, how computer reads. This is how human eye reads. So it's all numbers for it. It's the same thing. For the AI, for the human eye, what we look at the different structures and the hyla and the trachea bifurcation, all these structures. Whereas this, bottle of water, food, but for the AI it's the same. It doesn't know if this is living and this is not living. In radiology, these are a couple of things that they really excite me. One is AI enhanced high resolution MRI. If you look in the rural areas and also some of the areas, the field strength is like 0.3, 0.1 Tesla. That means the field strength is not good because they can afford high field strength MRIs. So with AI, you can enhance the image. You take an image with a longer thing or a low field and you can enhance it and it looks, you can see the scan time has been reduced by 5 to 2 minutes. And this is morphing. Morphing is one another thing I really love it because patients will get a CAT scan, we get an MRI, and they're like clinicians always asking when to do an MRI, when to do a CAT scan. It's always a question. Here you just do an MRI and this is a CAT scan image derived from MRI. So no radiation, you can just derive the image from MRI. And then all the information is here. We are not able to see by our naked eye. So you can just morph it and makes a CAT scan. Skip this. So as I said, for the computer it's the same. It can be metastasis, lung, livers, brain, but it could be the same thing as bean counting. Well, radiologists are ready. So AI is helping now with protocols, test selection protocols, triage, scan, the entire spectrum of medical management. In the coming years, AI is going to completely replace the repetitive and routine jobs. If your job is repetitive and routine, that means you are going to work doing the same thing, same day, same work, that means you will be extinct soon. So these are the jobs that will be gone soon, the pharmacologists, the medical reporting, hematology, histopathology. The creative ones, the interventional radiology, plastic surgery, they are going to stay longer. The transporters, 5 to 10 years from now, the transport positions will be gone, the medical assistants will be gone. Actually, they just started a AI hospital for the first time in China. And I'm planning to go visit. It's not exactly a hospital, it's still in the, it's like a factory or like a computer room. They're not still taking the patients yet, but they have dummy patients. So we'll come to the ethics, that's where the bit of the talk is. How do you get data in healthcare? You get from Internet of Things, that means you put sensors on the patients, you can monitor them, you can track the systems, transactional data. There's so much data everywhere, so there are so many ethical issues involved. Biometric data, every time you do fingerprints, it's an international, everybody can get access to it, anybody can hack into the system. Your health insurance claim, they can hack into your system. Sensors, every time you have a sensor, like your monitoring device on your Apple Watch.
where should we do MRI? How about we introduce MRI from CT? So that became a pattern for GE. But then we didn't put it clinically yet. You know, as Dr. Reddy is saying, the regulation part is very taxing in this country. Took almost 10 years. Now we are heading to 2026. And you can imagine 10 years, it's still patterned and not implemented yet. But hopefully soon.
Thank you, Bharti. Give me 1 second before I forget my thought. There are two things I would like to talk about. One is what is AI? I don't know, anybody in the room hearing the word AI for the first time? So I'll give a simple example. If you are going from Cincinnati to Chicago, you put in the GPS. It says it takes 4.5 hours, right? That's standard. That's what the practice is. But if you put in AI, it will go to 100 years of history. On 25th, July 25th, how was the weather? How was the traffic? How many accidents happened? How many road constructions happened? It will include all that information. And then it will say, no, it will not take 4.5 hours, it will take 5 hours, 5 minutes. So that is the prediction. So it just gets all the information. It's the same thing with doctors. Where does this get information? Maximum you can read like 100 books in your residency or fellowship. This reads thousands. It reads all the research papers for the last 200 years. So it has all that information in it. So it will obviously definitely going to be a better report. Okay, so that's one point. So give me 1 second. And another one is hallucination. Now, my previous talk, one of the person asked what is AI hallucination. AI, initially like a supervised learning, then unsupervised, and it just takes its own. And then it starts to predict the future. So it has this 100 years, 200 years of information, then it's going to predict. So once that prediction starts, it can be a hit or miss. You ask the same question twice, it gives a different prediction. So that's called hallucination. So that's the problem we have to deal with. Yes, sir. Okay, that's a good question. Everybody is worried. The most important thing, as I said, it's the magic, but again, it's black magic. Is it going to drive people out of work? Yes, it's going to. You'll be seeing it very quickly. But for the doctors, there is a saying in radiology. Radiologists who are trained in AI will replace radiologists who are not trained in AI. So it's better, get your certification, get trained, and be at the front line. Your jobs are not going to go away because human thing is still there. Because when it makes a mistake, AI, it makes the stupidest mistakes because it goes by the numbers. Good. Yes, sir.
Just have a question. Thank you. Great presentation. I came here to learn, to clear my mind instead of confusing my mind more, which is the case. So, in my office or in my life, I have used ChatGPT. I take an image of the patient's labs and upload. It gives you all the information the patient would want. But can you clarify a little bit more? What should we do and what apps we have to use, if so?
I think at this point, get all the information you can. You have to be very cautious and at least I'll tell you what I do. I'll just get information, I get whatever I can, and you still use it's like GPS. We have used GPS so much, now we don't even know the streets, we don't know the thing, we just blindly follow. I don't know if you remember from your high school days, log, anti-log. Does anybody remember log, anti-log? Where if you want to multiply 2456 by 5635, you go to log, anti-log, and nobody knows. Now our math has gone like so bad, like if I had to multiply 26 times 32, it's like I have to think twice. So I think it's good to look at it. Eventually it will replace most of our practice. It will be like 10 years from now, the practice will be totally different. It will not be the same traditional practice. Patients may not come to you, they'll just treat their own, only maybe they come for surgery, maybe, I don't know what will happen. But to answer your question, I think at this time you have to be cautious. Just be careful. I think if you do something depending on that, and most important thing is don't ever put patient information in ChatGPT. No names, no medical record numbers. You'll get into trouble. Yeah. No, never. Just anonymize all the things. Any other questions? You have time?
In interest of time, we will take one last question. And
Dr. Reddy, how often do you have the AI system read your CT scan or MRIs and over-reading percentage? What do you anticipate?
Okay, there's a lot of hairy going on. In US, it's not allowed at this time. It's still in the research project. But like in India and other states, you send your studies there, they are doing the prelims and people are signing off. So here, at least now, we are not letting it read, but it's going to come soon. The technology is there, there is so much advanced technology, we are still controlling the technology. Thank you. And I'm here outside, so you catch me for the next 2 days, and there will be a lot of questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy. That was a very good,